If you're a freelancer hoping to find new clients in 2024, here is how things are going to be different. I want to discuss with you the challenges that you'll be facing this year that you haven't had to really deal with the last couple of years and how you can overcome them, and also what opportunities lay ahead in 2024 for freelancers so that you can continue to grow your business and thrive. According to a recent study for the job market going into 2024, the hiring process has slowed down significantly. And this is the after effect of what was happening in 2023, where there were a lot of mass layoffs, especially in the tech industry. But now, as they go into 2024, they're not expecting as many mass layoffs, but they are expecting a continually slowing down of the hiring process. Now, what does this mean for you as a freelancer? Because you're probably thinking, oh, none of these statistics matter regarding employees getting hired to companies for employee jobs. It matters a ton. It directly affects how companies are also hiring freelancers. Because if the hiring process is slowing for employees, then the sales process is slowing for freelancers. And this means that it's going to take longer to find a client from the initial contact to when you close the deal. It could be several weeks instead of several days. What I've noticed is that how long it takes for a company to hire an employee has always traditionally been a little bit longer than how long it takes to find a client as a freelancer, especially when you're using a platform like Upwork, because you already have clients who are looking for somebody like you. They're trying to hire a freelancer for a particular job. They post it, and usually within a week or so, they've chosen somebody, sometimes longer, sometimes less. But with the hiring process slowing, that means the freelancing sales process will also slow, even if it's still a little bit faster than the hiring process. What this also means is that the sales process is going to be more difficult. It's getting slower because companies are becoming more conservative with their spending, and they're being a little pickier about what they're spending money on, and they want to make sure that it's going to be worth the investment. As the economy keeps slowing, as we're in this quasi-recession, but not because the media is saying that we're not, every business is feeling it, and they are trying to cut back on spending, and that resulted in a lot of layoffs last year, and it's going to result in hesitancy from clients jumping into new contracts with freelancers as well. Now, overall, what tends to happen is that companies realize, especially small businesses, that hiring freelancers is less risky and it's a lot less expensive because they can come and go in getting your help and when they need it, instead of they don't have to commit to paying you a salary for a fixed amount of hours. They can just kind of come to you as they need your help, and it's really beneficial. But so companies do come around to hiring more freelancers in economic downturns than they do employees. But there's still that kind of rough transitionary process that we're still in, where they are not really jumping the gun on any kind of hiring, even with a freelancer. And they're just taking a lot more time with it. I've noticed this in my own business, that what used to take a couple of days to close a deal with a client is now taking 2 weeks. And with the same services, with the same target client, with the clients that have the same needs as they did a year ago, 2 years ago, they're taking a lot longer to make a decision and to move forward. And I'm having to pull out some extra sales skills, and I'm having to go to my tool bag of sales tactics to use tools that a year ago and 2 years ago I didn't even have to bother with, really. The sales conversations were a lot shorter. The client was a lot less scrutinizing. So even though my portfolio is bigger and stronger now than it was a year ago, than it was 2 years ago, the sales process is actually more difficult. And I'm having to put more time and effort into it. So it's more important now than ever that you really hone in your sales skills, that you gain the education you need and the training you need to be able to convince a client to hire you. And the course I just released is all about that. And so I want to just discuss that real quick before I get back to some of these other challenges that we're going to face this year as a freelancer. And my course, Upwork Mastery, if you click the link in the description below, it goes into everything you need to know on how to write the right proposals, which is the beginning of the sales process, and then how to have that conversation on an Upwork interview, which is the main part of the sales process, and then how to follow up to make sure that you close the deal. And so really that course is all about the sales process, from optimizing your profile, which is the initial check mark you have to do just to attract the potential client, to writing the proposal, to the interview, and it'll take you through step by step how to do that. And so I definitely encourage you to check that out. Right now I am giving the first 50 people that sign up the price of $37, and I will review your Upwork profile personally and send you that video. The other challenge you'll face this year as a freelancer is that the amount of people that are freelancing has doubled since the pandemic. And that fluctuates depending on the country, but in the United States, it has increased significantly, and millions of more people are now freelancing. And it started with them taking on side gigs. It started with them realizing that they want the flexible work schedule, and then there were then companies that had to compete by offering flexible work schedules and working from home, so that not every employee would just quit their job and start freelancing. But there's a lot more freelancers out there on Upwork, and there's a lot more freelancers out there in general. And so it's more important than ever that you put the extra time and education and training into optimizing your Upwork profile and your proposals in a way that helps you stand out, and your LinkedIn profile and whatever other platform you're on to advertise your services, your website. You need to know how to position yourself. It's all about positioning. It doesn't matter what you're doing as a freelancer. I mean, yes, there needs to be some research involved in what niche you choose, because there are certain niches that are less competitive than others, and that will make a difference. And if you have a variety of different skill sets, you want to hone in on the ones that maybe haven't been too saturated by freelancers. But that aside, even if you're in a very saturated space, like you're doing video editing or writing, there's a lot of freelancers in doing those types of things. If you're positioning yourself correctly and you're really focusing in on the right target market for your services, you can stand out and you can still continue to get clients and grow despite all the extra competition. Now, I wanted to discuss one opportunity that is now upon us in 2024 as a freelancer. And that is that, for one, more companies are continuing to hire more and more freelancers. It's becoming more and more popular to have outsourcing to freelancers for even entire departments of a company's team, their whole marketing team, their creative team. More and more companies are outsourcing those departments to freelancers. They're even hiring more project managers than ever before who are freelancers. And then, of course, they're bringing in consultants as needed to help with various aspects. So that is what's great about 2024, is that more and more businesses are adopting the freelancer model to building a workforce that has more of a combination of employees and freelancers. So even though the supply of freelancers is increasing, the demand for freelancers is also increasing. And so that provides you more opportunity, as well as new technology that is now here with AI. I'm sure you've seen all the various tools that have been getting spit out across the internet for video production, for graphic design, for writing, for marketing. People are using Chat GPT to search, to have it write blog posts and articles and content for social media. I think there's some definite boundaries that need to be put in place with using AI, but there are some opportunities too for you to be able to speed up your processes and automate your business more, and essentially still charge what you were charging before, but now you're saving time, so you're earning more money. Or you're charging slightly less and making your price a little bit more competitive, and ultimately still getting more clients because of it. So I would definitely research the various AI tools that are out there and how you can use it in your business to speed up your services, but make sure that you don't lose your personal intellect in the process. Don't just go having AI write all your blog posts and now you're charging a client for it as if you wrote it, because it's not perfect and nothing can replace the human intellect when it comes to creating stuff. But if you use AI as a supplemental tool, it can help speed up the processes a little bit. And even just how your business is organized and how you're managing stuff, it can be a positive tool if used responsibly. So that's it for today's video. Hopefully this was helpful to you in helping you understand what you're getting into in 2024 as a freelancer, and whether you've been freelancing for a while, how you need to adapt to the changing landscape, or if you're just beginning as a freelancer, what you need to be looking out for as you're starting your business. Ultimately, it comes down to you need to put in more effort than you have in previous years to get clients. And so you need to put more time into getting the education you need, like watching videos like these, by subscribing to the channel, by taking my course, by reading books, by taking other courses. You need to put in that time to really hone, not only become the best freelancer in your trade. So yes, you definitely need to practice your craft and get really, really good at it so that you're one of the best. But even if you're one of the best writers out there, if you're not the best salesperson, you're still not going to win the clients. And so you have to be really good at knowing how to position yourself, how to do the appropriate research to figure out your pricing just right. You will have to adapt your pricing as you're going into this year. You'll have to adapt how you're pitching your packages, how you're formatting them, how you're structuring them, in order to get clients in this new economic landscape. And if you need any help, of course, reach out. Let me know what videos you would like me to do that would help you along with this process better. And I hope to see you next time.